Hey friends, let's talk about long haul plane flights. Holy shit, can these suck? But they're what we need to get to a potentially life-changing experience. It's totally worth it, right? It's almost always worth it, but it can suck to get there, right? So I want to talk about a small, medium, and large kit, the absolute minimal kit. Your mind and body. That's the first piece of your essential kit. One of my recent long haul flights, I got on the plane. I had this whole row to myself. The other dude came on and saw that I had an open seat, grabbed all of his stuff and threw it in the seat next to me. All of his stuff was 1 pack of cigarettes. Yeah, you want to talk about traveling minimally? That's a meditation. You can't even smoke on a plane. All right, first actual thing for our minimal kit here is some immunity support things. My favorite is probably Wellness Formula. I'll link to it below. I'll be linking to everything below. I take a little bit the day before to give myself some immunity support. I'll take it maybe once or twice on the plane, depending, just to boost my immunity support as much as possible. Because if you don't sleep, if you're uncomfortable the whole time, all right. But if you show up sick and you've got 4 days of recovery in frickin' Barcelona or Shanghai, like, immunity support. I'll link to my favorite below. Say you don't want to do the whole healthy mind, healthy body thing. Instead of getting a half a Xanax from your mom, you can get some nice lighter CBD type gummies. I'll link to some of those below. That can be helpful. I don't do sleep pills on planes. Your mileage may vary. You might be a pro. Let's just say the one time I did it was the worst flight of my entire life. I'll just put it that way. Now, let's talk about getting you on the sleep schedule of the place where you're going. No, I don't do that at all. There are people who are very serious about how to do this. There's even a product now that has an app. I will link to it below at this time code, but I have not used it. The most important thing, though, is just getting lots of sleep. There is nothing more important than sleep, I would argue. You know, food and water and air. But you can't find yourself to any of this if you're so damn sleepy. Regardless of if you have the discipline and conscientiousness to move your sleep up or down and still get great sleep before the flight, regardless of if you sleep very well on the flight, we're going to talk about that in a second. I do want you to, when you get there, I want you to get barefoot in the sunlight for like 30 minutes. And then I want you to spend time outdoors during sunset. This system of yours is billions of years of cells and neurons. You know that progression of sunrise, that time that it takes to do that, and the same with sunset has been happening like the same for fucking billions? Give your body every chance it can have to get on the right sleep schedule, circadian rhythm. I shouldn't say any of that. To that end, let's talk about on-the-flight helpers. Look at this. Blue blockers, baby. Yeah, I'm going to recommend you this. You know why? Because every light and every screen on that plane, it's literally a signal telling your cells at the back of your eyes, which triggers your brain like, oh shit. Do I look very cool in these? It doesn't matter. They wrap around my face and they bring all that blue light, they just cut it out. Then the Manta sleep mask, okay? Do you see how this has some cups right here? I like this one more than any other. I just do. You see this? Look at this. Total darkness, all right? Now, there is another kind of sleep mask, which I'll show you in a second, but magnesium. Stop with the melatonin. Let's hit the magnesium. You do want to practice with it. This is something you should be taking every day, by the way. Right? Super healthy for your nervous system. Not at all a hormone disruptor like melatonin is. And if you take too much, you might get the shits. So you want to find where your dose is. I take 2 of these every night. On the plane, no problem taking 2, right? It's not the kind of thing that if you take more, it's going to be stronger. You don't want to mess with that. All right, no bad pillows. I have used every pillow. By the way, every single time you see someone with those neck pillows, I've tried them all. They all suck. They don't. Sometimes you can get one and turn it around and you'll get a little bit. But even then, no. I've tried the one you wrap around, the turtle, which has like a harder thing here and you wrap it around, it's supposed to keep you there. Doesn't work. I've tried ones that blow up on your side and you kind of hold it. Doesn't work. This one also doesn't work the way that it was designed. It's designed to be like this, you know? Oh, it's kind of a good idea, right? It doesn't work like that. You blow it up like halfway, so there's a little bit of jiggle, and then you put it behind you. My butt comes up to the front of the chair. My legs are as straight as possible. It's gonna be different for your butt. Smaller people, you love this. You can basically get full recline. Sweater, this is where you want, if you wanna get an extra pillow to wrap around here, then it might actually work. But what I've loved about this thing, and I will link to it below, is because it has so much volume, you can blow it up just a little bit, you can blow it up a lot, put it behind your back, then get yourself into a position where you might be able to zonk out for a little bit. This thing is so silly. I feel so dumb. I feel so dumb on the plane blowing this up, and I couldn't care less. I just don't care. It's just not something I care about. Because if it gets me an hour of like decent, comfortable sleep, and the rest of it is just orienting myself like around it and trying to find it, it's been worth it. Because those seats are not great. Now, there is one other kind of pillow that I don't actually have. One other thing in this like super minimal kit. I can't remember what it's called, but I'll link to it below at this time. Basically is an eye mask that pins your neck to the seat. I think it could work. I think it could. So this is like the special forces of long haul flight. The immunity stuff, the CBD is totally optional. And this is kind of optional if if you can really just keep your eyes shut the whole time. Magnesium and pillow. Get a blanket from the people, even though it's probably got some sort of crazy virus on it. Get headphones from the people, the airplane people, right? You got the entertainment there. You've got it. This is the small kit. Oh, one more thing that I forgot here on the small kit is a pair of earplugs. Yeah. On the trip as well, right? So earplugs. All right, let's talk about plane clothing for the airplane. I don't love to arrive at my destination without my luggage. So I always travel carry-on. I'm packing for my entire trip in one carry-on bag, which means every single outfit that I wear matters, including the outfit that I wear on the plane. I need to wear stuff on the plane that is also functional out in the world. So I have two options for you for comfy pants. And again, this is all for men, so apologies to the ladies. I love you, and I just don't have the experience to know how to shop for you. This is Lives In Eco Trek pant. It's stretchy enough. I actually prefer this as my sort of comfy airplane pant. This, mustard one is a little outdoorsy. Then Western Rise just updated their diversion pant. If I'm traveling someplace that's even a little bit chillier, or if I'm in the winter time or something like that, this is a great on the airplane pant. It's almost like as comfortable as a sweatpants, super stretchy, but it looks like a high quality jean or something like that. Not denim. You don't get the like wear down of denim, but super durable, water resistant, and all that stuff. And it's a little bit thicker than their Evolution pant. Or for some of you guys, which I don't have here, the Aviator stretch jean, or some kind of a stretch jean like that. Aviator does make a really good stretch jean for comfort. Keeping with the minimal and multi-use thing, Merino t-shirt, Merino hoodie, sweatshirt, lightly insulated jacket. You put this in your back, you take that jacket, you bumble it up right here, you got your headphones and your earplugs, you're just like locked in. Telling you, I just did this. Way too long of a flight. And I was surprised how my jacket came in handy. Now, why a Merino t-shirt? A Merino t-shirt because it is odor resistant, for one. For two, it keeps its insulation when it gets wet. It's cozy and warm when you need it to, and it breathes when you need it to. But more important than any of that, when you arrive your destination after 11 hours of a flight from London to Johannesburg, and you don't stink. And then your hoodie. Why Merino on that? Because it keeps its form and it looks nice. It looks better than your standard cotton hoodie, which looks great when it's new, but then it just moofs out over time. This one is from Unbound Merino. It's a thicker hoodie, and it works great. I partnered with them on this trip to Africa I went to recently. They are the sponsor of this video. I loved having this sweater on the plane because it's a little bit thicker. It's a little bit warmer, especially when you team it up with one of their t-shirts. Their shirts come in lots of different colors. different shapes of the neck, and they've got some Merino fudgies, which, listen, I have been a complete convert to Merino fudgies. I have not used theirs yet, but I'm excited to do so. Why do I love the Merino fudgies? Because they're like, you'd think they'd be too warm, but they're not. And when you want a little warmth, they feel so much more cozy than your standard sort of synthetic boxer brief. And you know, then you got the odor resistant thing as well. I used Unbound Merino a bunch on this trip, and I was stunned. Thanks to Unbound Merino for supporting this. They didn't tell me to say any of this stuff. This is actually stuff coming from me out of my recent experiences with this stuff on long flights. Now, about your shoes when we're on the plane. Shoes really matter. You could be one of these people that takes off your shoes, but then you're walking all over piss. Because if you go into the bathroom about halfway through the flight, you'll see that it's covered with piss. You certainly need to have shoes on when you go in there. But everybody with shoes is traipsing that all the way down this gross carpet aisle. You're a piss foot. You want to be a piss foot? And to that point, like, getting up and moving around when you're on the plane is really actually important. I've got one little item here that can help with that. But like getting up and moving around, just a reminder. Do it occasionally. Orient yourself towards when in the flight you want to be sleeping. Move on either side. Okay, now let's talk about adding some medium stuff. Medium stuff, small toiletry kit, all right? Inside of which, maybe some deodorant. Look at this great little toothpaste from Matador. You pull this open. It's got like a clip here on the back that you can just pop open and fill up with your own toothpaste. I love that. Toothpaste and a toothbrush. This is by far my favorite travel toothbrush because it just keeps it protected and you've got wide bristles and it's great to just throw in a bag. Maybe some nail clippers, definitely some chapstick, maybe some deodorant. So little things to kind of spruce you up through the truth. Like, it can be nice. It's like it's bedtime. Oh, let's go brush our teeth. It's good. Then we're gonna add some tech. We've got our iPad fully charged and loaded full of stuff. I prefer iPad. Some people use their phone. It's great because it's more minimal. On the flight, I bring my own entertainment system in an iPad, and my preferred mode is a pair of active noise canceling Bluetooth over-the-ear headphones. These ones are from Focal, and they're not cheap, but they're the best I've ever used, and I really love them. They're super comfortable, and their battery lasts 25 hours. These, for example, my earbuds, like, be lucky to get an hour and a half or something out of them, but they have like a charging case. You could just bring another pair of cheap earbuds and get through most of the plane flight that way. The challenge with these, though, is you can't connect them to the entertainment system on the airplane. I'm bringing a big ol', yeah, I'm bringing it. I'm bringing it. Not only am I bringing it, I live in it when I'm on the plane. I'll put earplugs in and then this noise canceling when it's time to sleep. What? Come at me, bro. And then, since we've got a little tech here, I tend to, for my medium kit, bring a little charger. There's almost always plugs now for charging things up. You put a power brick in there, and it just falls out immediately, right? That kind of sucks. But every once in a while, you get one that it sticks on. This is what I use when I'm on the trip as well. My phone goes into this, my iPad goes into this, my headphones go into this. All right, and then finally, some kind of fanny pack. All right, now, there's a few options for you here. You could get with Matador and use a really, really thin, minimal one. Just like take that toiletry stuff, throw it in here, put your magnesium and your vitamins and stuff right in here. I tend to like a little bit more space. I like this Moment one or this one from VanQuest, which basically won my fanny pack shootout. Yeah, I have a fanny pack shootout. But having a fanny is awesome because bum bag for the UK people, because it doesn't count as one of your bags. So you have an under the seat bag, you have an overhead bag, and then you have your fanny pack or bum bag where you can fit a lot of this stuff, super accessible. You can sleep with it on. Sometimes you can use it to like tuck an arm inside of it to get more comfortable so it's not flopping on your neighbor. Okay, large kit. Let's go quickly here. Compression socks. Why are these in the large kit? They could have been in the small. They totally could have. I think this is almost essential. However, there is just a little bit of like getting on the plane, having them in your bag, pulling them on. It's like a little bit of rigmarole. However, compression socks, I will link to these below, can be really useful to keep to just keep blood from pooling in your legs and having a fucking blood clot and dying. compression socks, your computer and charger. My computer's in use right now. I will always travel with my laptop and a charger. And I'm working when I'm on the plane. A lot of the time is spent working. A lot of the time is spent watching movies. A water bottle. Lost my water bottle. So I'm water bottleless. I'm using this. This is not ideal. It kind of leaks a little bit. It's still fine. It's nice. It's easy to clean. Do you have a recommendation on water bottle? I'm about to go in deep. I'm about to do some research. But water bottle on the plane so you have plenty of water. Arguably, you don't want to drink too much because then you're up pissing all the time. But arguably, you want to drink so fucking much water that you're just flushing everything out of your system because you're getting dehydrated under pressure up there, right? And when you get there, you need to be when you get to your destination, you want to be flushed. You want to be flushing. Drink tons of water. Then a battery bank. A battery bank. This is sometimes nice when you need it. You're bringing it on the trip anyways. Have it in your little go bag. Your under seat bag. This is the packed 25-liter duffel. I love this because everything is accessible and visible up at the top. You've got organization all through here, but this fits right under the seat, and I can pull it out and have everything. My feet go on either side of it perfectly. So this is like the pro kit. You've got your travel backpack or your luggage upstairs in the overhead, and then this thing. You don't want to put everything in your overhead, okay? Because then you're getting up to get stuff out of there. That's why we are smart about what we have in our under seat, all right? Getting to the final tips here. Mortgage your house, get a loan from somebody, try to get those upgraded seats. Try to get that business class sleeper. It's so expensive. Maybe you can look at different legs of your flight and do it on one leg and not the other. I did not. I went super budget and was, in some of the worst seats, and I still survived. I'm fine. I threw out my back. I injured myself. It's taken me 2 weeks to recover from the jet lag and the body stuff. But I'm back now, baby. I'm back now. That's why I'm making this video, because it's like this really matters when you get out there and you experience what you experience. And like, frick, as I get older, man, it does cost some stuff. So being able to go into that sloth mode, having a healthy body, having a healthy-ish mind, knowing how to be in like, well, I could watch some stupid movie or I could close my eyes and just relax. By the way, CBD gummy and a long-ass podcast, the time just flies. And I'm going to say this again because your body is ancient technology. It's basically it's fucking dinosaur era gear. Right? What is it tuned to? Sunrise, sunset, spend time outside, especially in the morning and at sunset. Being able to transit to some place where the sun is rising 6 or 8 hours earlier than what you're used to is brand new tech. Don't let the hassle of transit keep you from the life-changing experience of travel and experiencing the world in different places. All right? I love you. Be yourself. Everyone else is taken. Links below. Support the channel. Love you. Bye.